20 plants that are almost impossible to kill. Have you ever tried to take care of a plant and, even without meaning to, ended up letting it die? Don't worry, this happens to a lot of people. Some plants are so resistant that they even seem to have 7 lives, like a cat. They can withstand lack of water, little light, air conditioning, forgetfulness, and even that strong wind that hits the window. If you are a beginner or have a busy routine, these plants are perfect. Let's get to know 20 of them, explaining in an easy way how they survive and what you need to do to keep them alive. First, it's important to understand why these plants are so strong. Many of them came from dry, hot, or low-light places, such as deserts or dense forests. Over time, they adapted to store water, grow slowly, and don't need much care. It's as if they were endurance athletes. They don't need much to stay strong. Furthermore, they are not fresh with the type of soil or pot. If you forget to water or leave the plant in the darkest corner of the house, it will probably survive. Let's start with some of the best known. Espada de Sir Jorge is one of the champions. It has hard, pointy leaves, like a real sword, and can last months without water. It's like that friend who doesn't care if you take too long to respond to their message. She also doesn't care for dim light or strong sun. If you go away for 2 weeks and forget about it, when you come back, it will be there, firm and strong. Another famous plant is Zamioculca, which has a complicated name but is easy to care for. Its leaves are shiny and green, and it grows slowly. If you only water when the soil is dry, it will be happy. It's like a cactus, but without thorns. Speaking of cacti, they are the kings of resistance. The star cactus and the hedgehog cactus are great for those who forget to water. They store water in their thick leaves and only need sun. It's as if they were walking water bottles. If you place a cactus near the window and water it once a month, it will grow without any problems. Another plant that looks like a cactus, but isn't, is the succulent. There are several types, such as Echeveria and Haworthia, which are small and cute. They also store water and like the sun. If you water too much, they rot, so it's better to err on the side of lack rather than too much. Now, if you like plants that produce flowers, African violet is a good option. It is small, fits in any corner and produces purple, white or pink flowers. She doesn't like direct sun, so she can stay indoors, near a window with curtains. Water only when the soil is dry, as it also doesn't like too much water. It's like a little apartment plant, which adapts easily. Another resistant flower is the begonia. It has beautiful leaves and colorful flowers. If you leave it in the shade and water it a little every week, it looks beautiful. If you want a large plant that fills the space, the jiboya is perfect. It has heart-shaped leaves and grows like a vine. It can be hung or mounted on a support. It can handle low light and doesn't need a lot of water. It's like a plant that manages on its own. Another large and resistant plant is Dracaena. It looks like a small tree and has long leaves. There are several types, such as Dracaena marginata, which has thin, red leaves at the edges. It likes indirect light and water only when the soil is dry. For those who like plants that purify the air, the peace lily is a great choice. It has bright green leaves and white flowers. It likes shade and humidity, but doesn't need a lot of water. It's like a plant that cleans the air while you sleep. Another plant that helps make the air cleaner is chlorophyte, also known as Gravitania. It has thin, long leaves, and produces little shoots that look like miniatures of itself. It's as if she had children. She likes indirect light and regular water, but will even handle it if you forget a little. If you live in a place with air conditioning or heating, Lanza de Sir Jorge is a good option. It is related to Espada de Sir Jorge, but has wider, striped leaves. It can withstand dry environments and low light. It's like a plant that doesn't care about the weather. Another plant that doesn't mind dry air is Peperomia. It has chubby leaves and comes in various shapes and colors. Some even look like watermelon leaves. It likes indirect light and water only when the soil is dry. For those who like plants that bear fruit, the pepper tree is an easy option. It produces small, colorful peppers and doesn't need much care. Just leave it in the sun and water it when the soil is dry. It's like having a little vegetable garden at home without much work. Another plant that bears fruit and is resistant is the carnation lemon. It is a small tree that produces sour lemons. If you have a sunny yard or balcony, you can plant one. It can withstand even light frost. If you want a plant that grows quickly, fern is a good choice. It has thin, green leaves and likes shade and humidity. If you water it a little every day and leave it in a place without direct sun, it grows quickly. It's like a plant that spreads on its own. Another plant that grows quickly is the lucky bamboo. It's not real bamboo, but it looks like it. It grows in water and does not need land. Just place it in a vase with water and change the water every now and then. It's like a plant that lives on water. Now, if you want a plant that is different, the zebra plant is a great option. It has striped leaves, like a zebra, and likes shade and humidity. It's like an exotic plant, but easy to care for. Another different plant is the elephant's foot plant. It has a thick trunk and leaves on top, like an elephant. She likes sun and water only when the earth is dry. It's like a plant that looks like an animal. Finally, let's talk about a plant that is almost indestructible, the rat-tail cactus. It has thin spines and grows like a rat's tail. He likes the sun and hardly needs water. It's like a plant that survives everything. Another almost indestructible plant is the agave. It has thick, pointed leaves and likes the sun. It can last up to months without water. It's like a plant that doesn't need you. In short, these 20 plants are great for those who are just starting out or don't have time to care for them. They can withstand lack of water, little light, dry air, and even oblivion. Just choose one that suits your space and follow some basic rules. Water only when the soil is dry, leave it in a place with indirect light, unless the plant likes the sun, and don't fill it with water. With these simple precautions, your plants will live for a long time. And the best part, they make the house more beautiful and the air cleaner. So if you want to have stress-free plants, start with one of these. They are like friends who don't give you work. Here are some more plants that are true warriors and won't give you a headache. The sword of Sirahorhe is one of the most famous when it comes to resistance. It has hard, vertical leaves, almost like swords, and survives even in dark corners of the house. If you forget to water it, it won't even care. Furthermore, it is a great option for those who have pets, because it is non-toxic for dogs and cats. Just be careful not to get the leaves too wet, as this could cause them to rot. Another plant that doesn't require much attention is Zamioculca, also known as fortune plant. It has shiny, dark leaves that look like plastic, and it grows slowly. Zamioculca can handle a lack of light, dry air, and even that weekend trip without anyone to water it. It only needs water when the soil is completely dry. If you water too much, the roots can rot, so it's better to err on the side of lack rather than too much. If you like plants that produce flowers, Kalanchoe is a great choice. It has small, colorful flowers that last a long time. Kalanchoe likes the sun, but it also does well in indirect light. It stores water in its leaves, so it doesn't need frequent watering. If the flowers fall, don't worry. With a little sun and the right amount of water, they will appear again. For those who have little space, ivy is an easy care option. It grows quickly and can be hung in pots or placed on shelves. Ivy likes light, but it doesn't need direct sun all the time. If you forget to water it, it wilts a little, but soon recovers when given water. Just be careful not to leave the soil soggy, as this can kill the roots. Another plant that doesn't require work is Chlorophytum, also called spider plant. It has long, thin leaves that fall outside the pot and produces small seedlings that can be replanted. Chlorophyto can withstand lack of light, dry air, and even forgetfulness. It only needs water when the ground is dry. If the tips of the leaves turn brown, it is a sign that the air is too dry, but this will not kill the plant. If you want a plant that grows quickly and fills the environment with green, the boa constrictor is perfect. It has heart-shaped leaves and can be grown in pots or hanging. The boa likes indirect light, but it also does well in darker places. It doesn't need much water and even grows in humid bathrooms. If the leaves become small, it is a sign that it needs more light, but it still remains alive. Finally, mother's tongue, another name for St. George's sword, and elephant's paw are great for those who travel a lot or have a busy routine. The elephant's paw has a thick trunk, which stores water, and long, thin leaves. She likes the sun, but can also tolerate shade. If you forget to water it, it uses the water stored in the trunk to survive. All of these plants are ideal for those who don't have experience or don't want to bother with complicated care. They are like that friend who doesn't care if you disappear for a few days. When you come back, they will be there, firm and strong. Just choose one that matches your style and let nature do the rest. With a little attention and care, they will make your home more beautiful and cozy without demanding much in return. And if you think these plants are already easy to care for, there are others that are even more resistant. Let's talk about some that seem to have superpowers against carelessness. Cactus is the queen of resistance. There are several types, such as the round cactus or the monkey's foot cactus, and they all love the sun and hardly need water. If you water it once a month, it is already a good size. They grow slowly, so they won't invade your home, and they still produce beautiful flowers from time to time. Just place it near a window and forget it exists. Another plant that doesn't care about almost anything is Zamioculca. It has shiny, dark leaves, which even look like plastic, and survives in any corner of the house. It can stay in the shade, in the sun, with little water or even without water for weeks. If you travel and forget about it, when you come back, it will be the same. It's the perfect plant for those who don't have time or patience. Ivy, that little plant that hangs or climbs the walls, is also super resistant. It grows quickly and adapts to almost any location. It can be in the sun or in the shade, and only needs water when the soil is dry. If you forget to water it, it will wilt a little, but just give it a little water and it will return to normal. It's great for decorating shelves or adding a green touch to the walls. And there is also aloe vera, that plant that everyone knows for being good for burns. In addition to being useful, it is almost indestructible. It likes the sun, but can tolerate shade, and only needs water every 15 or 20 days. If you water it too much, it rots, so it's better to err on the side of lack rather than too much. And the best part, if you cut a leaf to use, it grows back quickly. Finally, chlorophyte, also called Gravitinia or Paulistenia, is one of the easiest plants to care for. It has long, thin leaves, with white or green stripes, and grows quickly. It can be in the sun or in the shade, and only needs water when the soil is dry. If you forget about it, it will wilt a little, but just water it and it will return to normal. And the coolest thing, it releases seedlings that you can plant in other pots, so it's a plant that multiplies on its own. All of these plants are perfect for those who are starting out or don't want to do the work. They don't need fertilizer every month, they don't require complicated pruning, and they don't even care if you forget about them from time to time. Just give them a little basic attention, such as watering them when the soil is dry and leaving them in a bright place, and they will stay beautiful and healthy. The secret is not to complicate it. Many people think that caring for plants is difficult, but with these options, even those who kill everything they plant will be able to have a green corner at home. Choose one you like, put it in a pretty vase and let nature do the rest. Over time, you will see that they are more resistant than they appear and will make your home much happier. Here are some more tips to keep these almost indestructible plants even happier. Even though they are easy to care for, a little attention makes all the difference. For example, the sword of St. George is one of the most resistant in existence. It can withstand strong sun, low light, and even months without water. But if you water too much, the roots can rot. So, the trick is to wait for the soil to dry out before watering it again. If the leaves start to turn yellow or limp, it is a sign that it is receiving too much water. Another plant that requires almost no work is Zamioculca. It grows slowly and doesn't need a lot of light, making it perfect for those corners of the house that are a little dark. Watering can be spaced out, once every 2 weeks or even less. If the leaves have dry tips, it could be a lack of water or very dry air. In this case, spray some water on the leaves from time to time. Ivy is also a great option, especially if you like plants that grow and fill the space. It adapts well in hanging pots or resting on furniture, and can even be used to cover walls. The main care is not to leave the soil soggy and to prune the branches when they grow too much. If you notice yellowing leaves, it could be overwatering or lack of light. If you travel a lot or tend to forget to water, Lingua de Sogra, another name for Espada de Sir Gorge, and cactus are the best choices. Cacti, for example, need direct sun and water only when the soil is completely dry. A common mistake is overwatering, which causes them to rot. If the cactus starts to look soft or dark at the base, it is a sign that it is receiving too much water. For those who like plants that produce flowers, African violet is a good choice. It is not as resistant as the others, but if you follow some basic rules, it will bloom all year round. The soil should always be moist, but not soaked, and it likes indirect light. If the leaves turn pale or the flowers don't appear, it could be a lack of light. The most important thing is to observe the plants. They give signals when something is not right. Wilted leaves could be a lack of water, yellowing leaves could be too much water, and leaves with spots could indicate too much sun or not enough ventilation. Over time, you will learn to understand what each person needs. And don't worry if some don't survive. Even the most experienced gardeners have lost plants. The cool thing is to try again, adjust your care and see what works best for your space and your routine. With these almost indestructible plants, the chances of success are very high. If you're still unsure about which one to choose, start with one or two and test them out. Once you see how easy they are to care for, you'll want to fill your house with green. And the best part, in addition to making the environment more beautiful, they also help to purify the air and bring a feeling of calm. It's a simple way to have more nature around, even in small apartments or houses without a yard. Now that you know that these plants are resistant and forgiving even beginner mistakes, let's talk about some options that adapt to different environments. For example, if your corner has little light, like a bathroom without a window or a dark hallway, Zamioculca is perfect. It grows slowly, doesn't need direct sun and can last up to weeks without water. Another great choice is the St. George's sword, which in addition to surviving in low light, is also known for cleaning the air of bad substances. If you have a sunny place, but don't want to worry about watering every day, the succulent is the ideal plant. They store water in their leaves and only need a little sun and spaced watering. The jade plant is another succulent that grows beautiful and strong with little care. Just be careful not to overwater, as excess water will rot the roots. For those who like plants that grow quickly and provide a vibrant green touch, ivy is a good choice. It can hang in vases or climb on supports, and adapts well in both bright and shady environments. Lancaster Jorge, or Sansevieria, is almost indestructible. It can withstand lack of water, strong sun, and even air conditioning. It is one of the easiest plants to care for and also helps improve air quality. If you live in a place with very dry air, such as apartments with heating or air conditioning, Palmera rhaphes is a great option. It likes humidity, but does not need frequent watering, and its thin leaves add a special charm to the environment. Another plant that does well in these cases is the peace lily, which in addition to being beautiful, warns you when you are thirsty. Its leaves wilt a little and return to normal after watering. The coolest thing is that all of these plants are cheap and easy to find in flower shops, supermarkets, or even at fairs. You can start with one or two and gradually increase your collection. And you don't need to be afraid of making mistakes. If a leaf turns yellow or falls, just adjust your care and try again. Over time, you'll get the hang of it and even have fun with this new routine. Having plants at home doesn't have to be complicated. With these resistant options, you will see how simple it is to bring a little nature into your home. In addition to making the environment more beautiful, they also bring benefits such as cleaner air and a feeling of well-being. So, how about choosing your first almost indestructible plant and getting started today?